Gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Bam!
Pow!
Oh, there it is. All right,
Hey,
there we go.
Who's here tonight? What's going on here?
Hey, I'm the invisible guy. You know, I've been away for a while, and I'm ready to step back in the hot seat here. I think
Yeah, it's not where's Waldo? It's like where's Spalding? Where is he?
we're small though. We're small though.
Where's Let me share
What's
this
been
out real
happening,
quick.
Charles? What's been going on with this platform? I haven't been on in a while. I've had some issues, and they're pretty much figured out now, and I'm probably gonna be ready to come back every Wednesday night. We'll see what happens here.
Man, there's a lot going on with a lot of things, but
We do. I know this
it's
country's terrible. Terrible.
yeah. So a couple of things we were talking about was talking about the debate last night. What happened to the bikers? They were going to Colorado. Talking about what's going on with the eating of certain animals and stuff like
Pets.
that. And
Yeah.
Chris Copeland's coming on next Saturday because he was talking about something happening on the 17th, and we'll get his take the 18th on what's going on with that. And,
Okay.
I want to talk about the person-to-person chat thing that I'm working on. That's freaking incredible. But we'll get to that later. You know.
Okay.
We'll get to that later. So right now we're live on Facebook, the private group. We're on the Save New York private group, the page, and on YouTube and Rumble.
Wow.
So we're going live
Nice.
on all of them.
And we didn't even have to wait to get live on all them like before. So you've made some progress since I've been gone. That's awesome.
So yeah, I was trying to get it on the private group as the introduction was coming through, and I kept hitting the refresh on the browser.
Okay. I got you.
So then you were talking, which was great because I could just sit there and do it while you're talking. All right, let me get this.
There you go.
Right?
Hey, listen, the biker thing in Colorado, this is what I gathered from it. There was a big biker rally. There was a Hells Angels get together in Colorado, and everybody started taking pictures of all these bikers in Colorado saying they're going to this apartment complex. Listen, the Hells Angels is not going to ever tell their next move. They're not ever going to put something like that on social media and give themselves away. They're not ever going to go to something like that unless somebody messes with one of their own. That's the only time a 1% biker group would ever even think about going to do something like that. So people were getting videos and pictures of all these bikers in Colorado. Yes, they were there. They were definitely there. I know a couple people that were there in Colorado with them. But it was a totally separate incident. It was a totally separate event. They got nothing to do with, Aurora, Colorado. They have nothing to do with that at all. It was just hearsay, Charles. That's all it was. People were trying to get people's emotions going or whatever. The Hells Angels are not going to do anything there in Colorado to these immigrants. It's just not going to happen.
You know, it's what happens is that somebody will just throw out a quick rumor because they know it's going to spread like wildfire if it's a good rumor. It spreads out there. And that's why I never said, I don't I go on Facebook or wherever, I don't listen to any of that stuff. I just kind of wait until it plays out. It's like, all right, well, I haven't heard nothing. Here we go. And everybody jumps on the bandwagon with everything. Right off the bat, like right there, bam, bam, bam. Oh, this is happening, this is happening. It's like, stop. Just sit back, relax, and watch and let it play out. People have to do that. It's like, it's incredible how people jump on things so fast. It's like,
it is incredible. But the thing of it is, somebody, whoever started that rumor, made the videos so realistic. Like it was almost real. But I know a lot of 1%ers, I know a lot of bikers, and even, the bikers around here were telling me there's no possible way they would do anything like that to jeopardize their name, unless somebody messed with one of the bikers or one of the bikers' family members. That would be the only reason a 1% club would go and take care of business like that. I myself was hoping that it was true. I knew it wasn't from the get-go, but I was hoping it was true to put these illegals in their place and kick them out of there. But now, apparently, the gang that came from Venezuela is battling against the gangs that are in Colorado. So there's like a mutual, there's a lot of stuff going on there, but the Hells Angels are not involved. 110% not involved. I guarantee it.
So we got Jeremiah on here saying, "Yeah, I had to tell people it's bullshit."
Jeremiah, really, what's up, brother? What's going on, buddy?
You really have to. No matter, even if you try to throw it out there, it doesn't work. It's just
no.
You can't keep up. You can't keep up with it.
Yeah, no.
So what you're saying is, you're saying gangbangers from both sides or two different things are going at it in Colorado.
They're going at it now. Yeah, they're trying to. The gangs in Colorado are trying to maintain their ground, so to speak, because this new gang came in and they're trying to take over. So it's like a gang war right now. There's no bikers involved whatsoever. It's just gang against gang right now. The cops are afraid to go there. Homeland Security won't go. They won't even send in the military. No, these gangs, as you know, they robbed, I think the last count was 5 gun shops. So they've got all kinds of weaponry. They've got all kinds of ammunition. They've got all kinds of bulletproof vests and Kevlar helmets, and you name it, they have it now. So it's a deadly gang. It really is. But I think it's gonna wear out here pretty soon. I really do.
Maybe after they beat the crap out of each other,
that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, they're just gonna unalive each other, and then whatever happens.
Sit back and watch that show.
Yeah. That's all. I'm not getting involved in any of that. That's for sure.
So because today is 9/11, let's get into that a little bit. Anyways,
okay.
9/11,
right.
What happened with that, and about my favorite thing is how the 2 airplanes took down 3 buildings. That's my favorite.
Well, that didn't happen. Everybody already knows my take on the whole thing, and I've been doing this 911 memorial stair climb. This was our 10th year doing it for the fallen victims, for the fallen heroes, we'll say, of 9/11. I climb every year. I climb for a specific firefighter, and I do 110 stories. And I couldn't imagine, Charles, the building being on fire, and you've got the air pack, and you've got all your gear on, and you got all this smoke and flames, and people just chaotic, just going crazy. I couldn't imagine that day being there. You know what I mean? But I do climb for them every year. We're going to keep the tradition going. Like I said, it was our 10th year doing it this year. Looking forward to next year, but our numbers are dropping like flies. I mean, we started out doing this event. We probably had like 1,400 people there at the first, say, 4 or 5 events, 4 or 5 years in a row. And ever since then, people started petering out. I don't know if they have passed away. I don't know if, because a lot of them firefighters have medical issues from 9/11, and they're constantly passing away, and it's sad. And, but next year we're going to be looking for a lot more people because the numbers have dropped dramatically, and it's a really good event. And there's
Go ahead. It's hard with everything. It's hard with everything, though. It's hard with everything. Everything you get people to events now. It's like either people are too busy or they're working on other issues that are important also. So it's like it's hard to get everybody together for a huge event anymore. It's hard to do it. You just can't.
It is. It's very.
Well, what is it?
To do that.
Well, what is it? What is it? Is it that they're working on their own issues that are like important issues that are going on in the state or the country, or is it because they have other things going on? It just doesn't matter to them anymore.
I don't know. I think everybody's importance level is at a different stage in their life where maybe this maybe the stair climb isn't important to a lot of people. You know what I mean? Maybe they just don't get it, but everybody's at a different stage mentality wise in life. A lot of people now, they just go home, they go home from work, they stay home, they don't associate outside of their jobs anymore or anything. Charles, you can't afford to do anything now. Everything's so freaking expensive. You can't afford to travel. You can't afford a motel. If you can afford to travel in a motel, well, you're going to starve for a whole weekend if you go to a rally because you can't afford to eat. So what do you do? I mean,
and are people worn out? Are people just worn out because it's been crazy 4 years?
It's been crazy. Yeah, no, I think people are worn out.
They just kind of petered out a little bit, but
yeah,
but everybody, like we talked about before, everybody's got their little part that they can do.
Right.
You don't have to be involved with everything. Because I tell you what, I get like I see all these events and I'm getting invited to all these events. I have to ignore them. You can't keep up.
Yeah, I can't keep up.
You just can't keep up. It's kind of like everybody's doing all these different things all over the place. It's like,
yeah.
Then it's almost like if you go to one and people see that you went to one, how come you didn't go to theirs? It's kind of like,
then they get mad at you. You know, Charles, I think we mentioned this on the show. It might have been a year ago or so, but I think you were the one that actually mentioned it.
It must be cold there because I think you froze. Is it cold there?
All right, I'm back. No, okay. I've been cold. No, I don't know what's going on. But anyway, I think you said it before. You said it best, Charles, where you said there's hundreds of issues going on in the world, and everybody's not focusing on just one issue. And that's what we need to do. We need to focus, all come together, focus on just one issue at hand. Knock that issue out of the park, and then all go focus on another issue. And that's the only way. Everybody's just scattered everywhere. I mean, you can't work like that. You can't get together like that. You can't plan like that. You can't do anything like that.
The biggest issue right now is the Proposition 1, the ERA amendment, Equal Rights Amendment. Yeah. That's the biggest thing right now going on, which is important. People are really working hard.
Yeah,
people are going crazy working on that. A lot of people are actually working on that right now.
But, good.
And that's to make sure when you flip over your vote November 5th, or even if you vote early, Proposition 1, vote no, because it's taking away your parental rights. Really, it's taking away.
Right.
It's and we have video on that. We had Dennis Hannon and Aisha Kreitz on that one time, and that actually went kind of viral. That's got a lot of views on it. People shared it all over the place because it's important. Really? It's something important. Oh yeah, there's like, I don't know, man. Last time I looked, there could have been like 1,400 views on it or so.
Oh,
just on Facebook. Just on Facebook. It doesn't really include anything else, but just on Facebook. But it was an important issue, and people have to make sure that they flip that over and vote no.
And vote no, absolutely. So you said right at the beginning of this, you said let's talk about 911 and 3 towers fallen with 2 planes. Okay. Well, at the stair climb, we have metal I-beams from the building. It's a part of a memorial. It's, he brings it every year. I don't get it, Charles. You got to see how thick this steel is. I mean, this steel is probably, it's over an inch thick. It takes 2 people. We have a display there. It takes 2 people, Charles, to carry one piece of this steel. It's probably 12 inches wide by 2.5 feet long. It's got to weigh 100 and something pounds. It takes 2 people to carry one piece of steel.
And you see the memes out there. You see the pictures out there, like the plane just hitting a light pole. It's piercing right into the wing. It is just bullshit. What happened is bullshit. And people have to understand. It's all bullshit.
It is.
You can't. And then if you look at the whole thing, there's certain things I look back on going, all right, well, why did they, here's a big thing. Why did they wanted to clean that mess up so fast? And where did they ship it all to? Do you remember who they shipped it to? They shipped it to China. All the metal, everything they shipped to China. Why?
Because they're going to reuse it. They're going to melt it down and reuse it. That's why. That's the story.
Why China? Why did we just ship it somewhere in the United States where we can remelt it down and we have
We
all
can
this
melt
steel?
it down. We can do everything China can do. Exactly. I don't know why they would ship it out there. Well, I do know why. I got my theories why, but I don't know if I should say it on here. They probably ban us. But you never know.
No, if we get banned, go to SaveNewYorkNetwork.com. I'm just saying.
Save New York Network. Yeah, you sent me that. I think I've been so busy, dude. As you know, I had surgery. I had cancer in my shoulder. So it's been exactly 2 weeks today. 2 weeks ago, I had my surgery. They said if they didn't get it all, that I would hear something within 2 weeks. So one good thing out of all of this nonsense is I haven't heard anything back on that. So I think I might be cancer free.
Would be good.
It's what I'm hoping. But yeah, there's been a lot of issues with me the past summer for sure. But I'm back for now.
Right.
I guess I'm back.
So Mike Kroll, I think you see his last name.
Crowley, yeah.
Is so bad from being recycled so much. I believe that's a good possibility. It's got to weaken the steel. It has to.
It has to. You can only heat up and cool down steel so many times before it becomes weakened. I mean, that's common sense.
Yeah.
Charles, have you, not to get off the subject of 9/11, because that's a very important day, and today is 9/11, and I think our government did it to us. Okay. Not to get off that subject, but have you seen Ohio and all the Haitians in Ohio eating people's pets?
Well, no, that's crazy talk. Isn't that what Kamala said last night? That's crazy.
That's what she said.
Yeah,
people are not doing that. Listen, there's videos out everywhere. I've seen it myself multiple times where these Haitians are in a park. There's kids running around having a good time. These people walk right in the pond, grab a duck. There goes the head, and they're walking down the sidewalk with a headless duck, heading back to eat it somewhere. I mean, that's not American.
I mean, do you think we kind of discussed this a little bit? Do you think that it's possibly from it being that their funds are running out from the government, and now they're looking at eating anything they can eat, they can grab a hold of?
Well, I hear there's dogs, there's cats, numerous cats. I've actually seen a couple of videos of a woman that unalived a cat and was eating it uncooked. I think these people are probably very hungry now, because I have heard, and I don't know if it's true, but I've heard the government seized pretty much 90% of all funds to all these illegals that came in here. So yeah, they're probably starving, man. I mean, unless they do that in their own country, and I don't know. I think they're starving, honestly. I really do.
Well, you have there's certain countries out there that don't eat cows, because your cows are kind of like a pet to them.
Really?
Yeah, there's countries out there. I remember reading up on this before. There's certain animals out there they don't eat. So to us, to eat a cat or a dog is probably the same reaction, saying to them of us eating
when we eat a cow, right? I never even heard of that before. I never heard of that. That's strange.
Yeah, so that's why it's kind of weird. But this is a country that doesn't do that. So because people use them as pets, so it shouldn't happen. But I don't think it should happen.
Dude, that's really crazy. I mean, I couldn't imagine bringing my kids to Central Park and then have some foreigner jump in the water and come up like he's got a big trophy with a mallard duck, and he's gonna go home and barbecue it or something. I mean, come on. It's crazy, Charles.
We're just sitting right there at the park and just behead it and start plucking it right there at the park.
Yeah, that's what they were doing. I don't know where they didn't show any cooking at the park, but the one lady, she was eating a cat on the sidewalk.
I seen some video where they were holding something up. It looked like a cat on top of a frying pan. It's kind of weird. They're holding. Did you see that video or not?
I didn't see that one, but it sounds like Chinese food to me.
They were holding it. It was like a cat. I thought it was a cat. It was either that or a small dog. I just looked at it real quick and I went, what the hell is this? I just flipped through it. But
it's going all over. It's viral. And people are saying, the people on the left are saying, no, them people aren't like that. Well, where are the videos coming from then? You can tell they're not made up videos. India and certain African tribes don't eat cows. Oh, I didn't. Hey, Jer, I didn't know that. I never heard of that before. I know certain people don't, certain nationalities or however you say it, don't eat pork because
That
pork
would
is
be the
supposed to be
Muslim.
very dirty. Yeah.
Muslim. Let's go into a little bit of history about that because I was talking to a Muslim about that one time.
Okay,
He
go
said
ahead.
the reason why they don't eat pork is because way back in the day, when they had way back, I'm like centuries back,
Right,
when
right.
they would go to war, and what the enemy supplied them or something with pork, and the whole army ended up getting sick from the pork.
Really?
Yeah, and a lot of them end up dying and everything from eating the pork. That's why the religion does not eat pork anymore. I heard this
okay.
from somebody that's from India, anyways. But so
Okay.
Muslim, but there's like Christian people from India that are Christians also. But that's what I heard. That's the reason why, because then all of a sudden pork became something out of their diet forever. They won't eat pork because of that reason. It killed a lot of people within the army.
I never
that's
heard
what I
of
heard.
that.
Yeah.
I thought it was just like a religious thing because pigs are dirty. They eat everything. I never heard of that before, but hey, that
Well,
makes sense.
it is kind of a religious thing because most wars are religious wars.
Correct. Right.
You know, so it is kind of a religious thing. But anyways, yeah.
Right.
Oh boy.
So that's pretty strange, man. I couldn't imagine. Could you imagine that, just walking down the street, minding your own business, and you got somebody walking by you with a headless duck heading to their tent? I couldn't imagine it.
Or a headless cat or dog or
Dog or something.
rat. Well, you're talking about rat. You're talking about a rat too, right?
New York City is. You can go on TikTok and just punch in rats in New York City. There's so many videos coming up. These people are taking grills that people are throwing away, but they're good for someone's junk is another man's treasure, I guess. They're taking used grills. They're making rotisseries out of them. I seen this video. I watched it for like 4 minutes. So it didn't have a rotisserie. The guy was the rotisserie. He just kept turning it. He had 3 rats. And these rats, I'm telling you, they must have been, they're the size of raccoons. And they cooked them. It was at the end of the video. They cooked them all up and they all sat down in a circle. They didn't even use plates or anything. They just put the rat down in front of them on the sidewalk and they just started picking the meat off of it. You know, it's just, these people are eating.
Did they skin it or were they skinned?
They must have burnt the hair off it when they cooked it because there was no hair on it and it looked crispy. I mean, it looked edible. It really did.
Barbecue sauce or?
I don't think they had any sauce on it, Charles. But
Sweet Baby Ray's, maybe Sweet Baby Ray's or something.
Maybe Sweet Baby Ray's. I might try it. You know, I might try it. Yeah, you never know. I mean,
pick a little piece off. No, I'm just kidding.
So these gangs, Charles, these Venezuelan gangs, they're not just in New York City now in Ohio. I've been told they're spread out through all of New York, Massachusetts, Colorado, as we know, because that's the big talk. They're spread out everywhere, thousands and thousands and thousands of them. And we talked about this months and months and months ago. How all these people coming across the border were someday going to gather up, meet up, get their marching orders, and go do what they have to do. And that's exactly what's happening.
So, I don't know. It's everybody knows things are going to heat up some point or nothing. Something's going to happen.
They have to. It's an election year. They have to heat up.
Something's going to happen somewhere, somehow.
There's no doubt about it. You know what bothers me the most now, when 9/11 happened, right? It was a day or two later. Now you've got 100 million tons of debris from these 3 buildings falling. 100 million tons. And that's not even exaggeration. The FBI found a driver's license this big in 100 million tons of debris from the airplane pilot that smashed into the World Trade Center.
Was it
now,
one of the hijackers? Was it one of the
yeah, it was
hijackers?
one of the hijackers. Yeah, and that's how they found out that it was Abdul Jabbar or whoever the guy was, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
now we have a manhunt in Kentucky for the last week. And this guy that shot some people on the interstate, right? Have you heard about this?
No, no.
It's all over, dude. It's all over the news. They're looking for this guy, shot a bunch of people on the interstate in Kentucky. Nobody can find him. They got the National Guard, the state police, the sheriffs, they got the DEC, they got everybody looking for this guy in the woods. They can't find him. It's been a week. But you're going to find this pilot's license under 100 million tons of debris. Make that make sense.
And an explosion.
Yeah, exactly.
That melted steel. That melted steel.
Yeah, but you're going to find a plastic driver's license, pilot's license.
And they also found passports.
Yeah, they did find passports. You're right. They did. Yeah.
If people look up and research things, they will find video of the firefighters and everybody saying, no, there was explosions going on. There were explosions. Windows were popping out, and the dumb idiots, not for nothing, they sit there and go, no, that's because of the jet fuel, the jet fuel coming out.
Yeah, no.
And causing no. It was like they were sitting there saying there were explosions. You can see video out there with firefighters that just had soot all over them. They looked exhausted, like they were worn out, going, it was explosions. The video's out there, but everybody's so ignorant and so incompetent in their thought process that they can't figure out that it was an inside job. It was. I'm sorry. It was.
Well, nobody wants to believe that because our government wouldn't do that to the American people. Well, it's not there's 6 richest families in the world running everything. I mean, yeah, they would do something like that. I'm sure they would. I'm sure they did.
Like we talked about before. Like we talked about before, when you sit there and say that all these people tried taking over the world.
Yeah.
There's always somebody that tries to take over the world. What makes people think that it's stopped now?
Oh, it didn't stop.
It's still there. It's still out there. It's just in a different way. It's a different tactic. It's a different tactic now because it's a different,
different time,
generation, different times, technology, and everything else. But it's still there. People are still trying to take over the world.
Exactly. They're never going to stop. I mean, that just goes to show you there's good and evil. So,
and Kamala's part of it. She's part of it too. She is part of it. Kamala's part of it.
You know what I've seen about her? If I don't know if you're into the Bible or what you're into, Charles, or anybody else watching for that matter, but if you do go in the Bible and they talk about the devil and they talk about the devil's helpers, and there's one in the Bible, a devil's helper that's dressed in purple, and she's always laughing, and he's always laughing, like Kamala always laughs. And she had a phrase, and I wish I would have remembered to write this down. I don't know what the phrase was, but it had something to do with the devil. And she said it right on national TV. It had something to do with the devil. And I just can't remember what it was, but she's the devil. She's working for the devil. The whole Democratic Party is working for the devil. They have to be. If they're not devils themselves. Go ahead.
Like I said, like I was telling you before, I only watched, I turned it on, I watched it for like 10, 15 minutes. It's like, I can't do this no more.
I didn't even know it was a debate.
The bullshit that was spewing out of her mouth was just, it was unbelievable. It's like, and people are going to fall for this bullshit. I had to turn it off. I was like, I can't watch this no more. I can't watch this crap anymore. Because it was just all lies. It was all just manipulating lies. And people are going to fall. People are going to fall for it.
Yeah, people believe it. And I've racked my brain around this. I don't know how many times. I know not everybody's supposed to think the same, or it would be a pretty boring world. But how can you not just sit back and think of what's going on in the world today? It's just not a good time for any of us. I mean, everybody's broke for the most part. I mean, everybody's really struggling right now. And then you got all these foreigners here that shouldn't be here. It's just things are going to get a lot worse, folks. And believe me, you're going to see pallets of bricks again. You're going to see a lot of things happening.
On the side of buildings. Yep.
Yeah, on the side of buildings where there's no construction going on for miles, but all of a sudden you got a pallet of bricks here. I mean, is that not obvious enough for you? I don't understand what people don't get about that. How come people don't have enough common sense to think, why would there be a whole pallet of bricks there if there isn't even any construction going on? I mean, people just don't think, Charles, and they just believe what the government tells them, I guess. I don't know.
I know I've seen them videos where people are taking videos of them going, what's going on here? There's a big pallet of bricks on the side of this building. Nothing's going on. They're showing there's nothing going on here.
They were showing blocks. There was no construction going on for blocks, and all of a sudden there's a whole pallet of bricks. It's common sense what's going to happen, you know?
Well, wasn't there something a while back? Was there something a while back that I believe that at one time there was like all of a sudden like guns were showing up in certain areas?
Yeah.
You remember that? Yeah, crates of guns were just showing up out of nowhere. They were like distributing to people because they wanted the chaos. They wanted that stuff because this way they can turn around and talk about gun control and everything else. But you remember that thing? We never talked about that before, but apparently
I remember it. Yeah, I remember it really well. There was crates of guns and ammo showing up.
Yeah, in Chicago, I think it was. Yep.
It was Chicago. Yep. It's crazy. Now, where did they all come from? The same place the bricks came from, obviously.
I'm thinking the CIA or something, or
one of them three-letter goofballs. Yeah.
Alphabet soup people.
Yeah. I agree with you, Charles. I mean, it's a crazy world now. They're talking about all the kidnappings going on and all the brutal attacks on women from these invaders, I'm going to call them. That's a real thing. I have a friend that lives down in New York City. She's probably in here, Susan Miller. She keeps me up to date. She's an older woman. She's a very known patriot. And she does a lot of videos, and she shows the truth that the news won't show. But she's suppressed as well as the rest of us are on here. So her stories really don't get out that far. And she tells you, she says, John, you wouldn't believe what's going on here. I can't believe the news isn't showing it. And her videos, I mean, she's got thousands of followers, but maybe 15 or 20 people see her stuff. And when you go to share it, then nobody will see on the other end of the share. It says content not available. So they've got us hunkered down for us not to get out any information again, like they did the last election year.
You know something? Right now, I can tell you right now that I think the Save New York group and the page, I believe it's being suppressed. It's being suppressed real bad. Unless people decide they want to start sharing it out all over the place, that's the only time you can get anything. Because I'll tell you what, like the one with Dennis Hannon and Aisha Kreitz about Prop 1, that's got like 14. That's got like just on Facebook alone 1,400 views. But I think it was shared out like 15 times.
Really?
Right? Wow. Yeah, I think it was shared out quite a bit, but because it was an important issue. But like right now with just us on here right now, we're not going to get that many views because of the fact that Facebook is suppressing things.
Right.
The only way, like they say before, like they've always said, the only way to break through that is the algorithm is to share it out. People have to share it out, and even then it's being suppressed because if it wasn't suppressed, like that 1,400 views, I think it's about 1,400 views on there. It'd probably be like 2,800 or 3,000, 4,000.
Right.
It'd probably be way up there. But because it's being suppressed, it's crazy. But hey, I watched this. I want to bring this up, and we've been going a half hour already. But I want to bring this up because I watched this video that you had earlier today. All right. And that you put out, and it was about the plane that did the 180.
Yeah, go ahead.
And you know something? I want to bring it up.
Go ahead.
I have it. I want to bring it up, and because I'll tell you why. Because it's really interesting if you look at the way it all comes together. They're not regular. They're not regular flight patterns. The way it's set up. Right. They're not regular. So people need to look at this because people need to really open their brains up and go, "This is different. This is not right.
It's not normal. It's not normal."
Yes. So I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna go full screen for a second after I do it.
Okay.
But it's let's see here. It's this right here, but I'm gonna go after I share it. I'm gonna go full screen real quick.
Okay.
Let's see here. Let me see. It's just wild.
It is wild, you know. I just happen to be ready to punch in at work, and I look up in the sky, and I'm like, "What the heck is going on here? This guy's doing a freaking 180. He must have missed a spot."
Do you see it on there right now?
I don't see anything but me and you, buddy.
Hold on a second.
When I do see it, I'll let you know.
All right. Oh, I have to add it. Okay, here I'm going to add it first. Damn it. Hold on.
It's really strange, Charles. That.
Here we go. Do you see it?
Yeah, I see it.
Can you hear it?
I can't hear no sound, no. And I'm up all the way. Nope, there it goes. It's gone.
Okay, hold on a second. Want to know why? I'm going to try this because I messed up the last time. I'm going to mute myself and then I'm going to share it because I think when my mic's on.
Okay, I can mute myself too if I need to. Just me and you, Charles. No video. No. No video. No video. Just me and you. There it goes. You got video now. No sound, though. No sound on my end. Let me try to meet. I'm going to try to. No sound.
Maybe you should commentate it yourself, then.
I don't know how to do that. I don't know anything about that stuff, Charles, but I do have to get familiar with this because I'm getting an iPad for work. But what I was saying is, you know, I got a few more minutes left before I have to punch in and look at what's going on here, guys. I was watching this plane. It was coming down, 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 and then it did a 180 and zoom right back up in the sky the direction that it came. That's the first time I've seen that happen. I've been following these trails for quite a few years now, and I've never seen them do a 180 like that and come back the same direction that they came from. There's no actually, you could see it right there, the hook. You can see it.
And you can see where it stops right there. You see where it stops also. It doesn't continue. And then
it does continue.
You can see it up there. You can see the plane up there going.
Yeah.
Them are not normal flight patterns.
Not at all.
And people got, you know, I just stopped sharing it.
I think this particular incident, I don't believe that these people have to follow typical flight patterns because there was a couple X's in the sky. My video after that, there was a video I did after that at lunchtime where there's 2 X's in the sky. There's a plane. There's all kinds of trails in the sky, but there's a plane the same height, it looked like, as the rest of these trails that had no long-lasting trail behind it. It dissipated within seconds. So that's telling me one of two things. That's telling me that whatever's in these other planes is put there on purpose, or that would be dissipating as well. And it didn't dissipate. It's on my page. It's the next video after that one, actually. And I don't know what to think of it. People are saying it's vapor, it's this, it's that.
Yeah,
it's ice crystals.
Everybody, that's the problem, though. Everybody thinks it's the vapor trails.
Exactly.
Everybody thinks that's what it is. But look at the way that the lines are going. That's not a flight pattern right there.
No.
That is not a wake up, people. That's not a flight pattern. Go ahead.
Nope.
Go ahead and think it's vapor trails at the condensation. Go ahead, whatever you want to do. Be lost within the wilderness of unknowing of anything that's going on. It's fine.
Exactly. When
That's
I
really
tell,
what it is.
I've been telling people, everybody has a different opinion, but I just tell people, don't break my balls because I think that it's one thing and you think it's another. Have an open mind for a minute and just think of how I'm thinking about it, and maybe it'll make sense down the road. But everybody's so fast to say, no, it's not. I know a pilot, and my uncle's grandfather's niece was a pilot, and there's no such thing as chemtrails. Well, there is. They've already admitted it. They've already showed proof. They've already showed the planes. They've already showed the chemical, and there's a patent for it. Why would there be a patent for this solution if they're not using it?
And there's video out there, and there's other people out there actually even talking about it. There's people out there talking about it, people that know. It's funny because it's almost like my cousin one time. We were talking about the whole Bin Laden being buried at sea and stuff like this. Like, they don't do that. That's not part of the religion, like they said it was. And my cousin's going, well, I know somebody who knew somebody that was on the boat, and they said that it happened. I'm going, all right, okay, you knew somebody that knew somebody that knew somebody. Whatever. Yeah, right. But it's like, come on, you don't just. It doesn't work that way with the Muslims. They don't get buried at sea. I can see maybe pirates, but I'm Muslims.
But I seen a video not too long ago where the SEAL Team 6 they were mentioning Bin Laden, and actually the guy that shot Bin Laden, and I think Bin Laden's wife. They said that they threw him overboard, but there was another video I seen where it said it was disrespectful to throw a dead Muslim overboard after you unalive them or whatever. I guess it's like a big disrespect type thing, and that's why they did it, to disrespect the Muslim culture or whatever. I think he's still alive, to be honest with you.
I think he died from kidneys because he was on dialysis machine. He was on dialysis machine.
Yeah, if he died, it wasn't from us. I don't think we killed him. To be honest with you,
because everything's a big show. Just like the debate was a big show.
That's why I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it.
Anyways, hey, so I wanted to bring this up quick too. Is the person-to-person chat thing? I didn't tell you about this, but this is freaking wild. I threw it on the Save New York private in the private group in the page. But I'm working on this chat, this peer-to-peer chat, all right? And I'm gonna put it in the social. I'm gonna put it in the private social page where it's almost like Facebook. It's like the old Facebook. It's not all this high-tech meta where you're gonna get all these ads. You're gonna talk and whatever. Everything's totally private on the private social thing. But this peer-to-peer chat thing that I'm trying to incorporate into it is wild because first of all, you have to go into the private social to get to it. All right.
Okay.
You have to go into it. Then once you click on it, you can invite people from anywhere you want.
Really?
Yeah, you're gonna be able to invite people to chat. It just doesn't have to be on the private social on Save New York Network. You can invite like when you go to click invite, it's gonna come up on Facebook and all. And the best part about the whole thing is this. Check this out. It's peer-to-peer chat. It's browser-to-browser. It's nothing's being stored whatsoever. So there's nothing being stored. It's browser-to-browser. Nothing's being stored. So everything that's talked about on there is totally private.
Nobody gets after.
No. It's just happening in real time. It's happening in real time.
Okay.
Real time. So there's nothing. But there is an option, and I'm looking into this, which is wild. There's an option where you can record if somebody wants to record. But I have to make sure that if somebody records, that I have to make sure that everybody's going to see that it's being recorded. But it's not being recorded on the server. It's going to be you're going to be able to record it on your device. So it's not going to be nothing's on the server. So it's not taking up like hardly any resources on the server on Save New York network server. So everything's totally private, and it's something that's going to be so wild. But like I said, you have to log into the private social on Save New York Network. But then once you do that, you click on it, you can email invites, and you can have 5 to 8 people on it, because any more than that, it'll start slowing down. So it's 5 to 8 people. We could have your own private chat with people and talk about things that nobody else is going to be able to get into. Nobody. So like when we're doing this now, we don't know StreamYard. We don't know exactly what's going on. It's all being recorded without it even wanting it to be recorded. It's all being recorded. So it's all being recorded, but this is not no recording whatsoever. So it's just browser to browser. Like this is like browser to browser. There's no apps to download or nothing like that. You click on the video thing, all of a sudden the stuff's going to pop up, and it's totally private. It's totally private, and that's what.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. It's really unbelievable. Hopefully within a week it's going to be set up because I've been working on it. It's unbelievable.
Kind of strange. It's strange. I don't know how it could be totally private the way things are nowadays. I mean, man, everybody's into everybody's stuff, you know. Have you ever thought about TikTok?
I signed up for it, but I don't use my phone. They don't allow you to do it. They don't allow you to do it on your browser. On your browser, you can't get in on your browser.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say, I'll tell you. I'll be honest with you. Since I joined TikTok like 7-8 months ago, I think it's the best app around, dude. There's so many people on TikTok. I've got, I don't know, 10,000, 15,000 likes. I got like 5,000 people following me. I've liked 10,000 other people. And people are live on there constantly. You can put up to 8 people in your chat room. I think if you did it as a Save New York group, you would actually get a kickback from TikTok because you can keep tapping the screen. And the more taps you get, the more stars you get, the more money they throw in your account. People can give you gifts. Dude, there's people that are making a living off it. I'm telling people I know making a living just off TikTok alone.
But I don't want to make money off of something and make money off of something where my privacy is not there.
Yeah, well, yeah.
My biggest thing is privacy. That's why I'm working on this whole platform.
Yeah, it's not private. I can tell you it's not private. Facebook's not private. TikTok, Instagram, none of that stuff's private.
None of it is.
No, none of it is.
You hear about Dunkin' Donuts with Rumble? Do you hear about that?
No.
Rumble decided to do something, and the guy, the CEO of Rumble, did a video about it because Rumble does not want to advertise on his platform anymore because it's too far right wing. So Rumble is like, the guy did a video. He's like, opened up the camera. He goes, "See this right here?" He's like Dunkin' Donut little things that you put in the coffee thing. You know? He goes, "Now I'm going to be dumping it." He goes, "I mean dunking it into the garbage." Because they're trying, because they're trying to get rid of Rumble and they're trying to get rid of what's the other one?
TikTok.
No, the other Telegram. They're going after the guy from Telegram and they're going after the guy from Rumble right now.
I didn't hear that. I heard none of that.
Yeah. They're going after. I believe they arrested the guy from Telegram in another country. Yeah, because they're trying to get rid of the free speech. That's why I'm trying so hard to get this platform going because pretty soon it might be totally off of Facebook. And everybody says that they can't stand Facebook anymore. And I'm sitting there telling people, listen, just sign up. All you have to do is go to SaveNewYorkNetwork.com, click on private social, and just sign up because if shit hits the fan on Facebook, you have the alternative. You don't even have to do nothing on there. Just sign up is all I'm saying. Just sign up.
Right.
You ain't got to do nothing. Just sign up because if something happens, everybody can still be connected there.
Is there any way you can pin that to this chat right now? Can somebody write that in the comments so we can pin it to the chat? What was it? SaveNewYork.net.
No, Save New York Network. Hold on one second. I can get it real quick.
Yeah, if you can get it. I know you sent it to me, Charles, but that was a few weeks ago, and I'm sure that message is like 300 deep by now.
I will put it in here. Let's see. I'll put it in there. I'll post a comment. I'm going to post it on also. Let's see.
Okay.
Right here.
That way, people, when you see this, take a screenshot of it, guys. That way you have it. We're all going to be switching over to that. It sounds like
because if shit starts getting bad here, there's an alternative.
Yeah.
Everybody. But the thing is, I think like when I post things out there, I'm only getting 3 likes.
Right.
Even when I click everyone or at followers, I think it's being.
Yes, we're suppressed big time. Anybody, all patriots are suppressed. I mean, it's Part of the game. Oh, did you see where Zuckerberg admitted with the whole COVID thing?
Yeah, but he's just to me, he's just trying to
Appease people?
yeah, I think he's trying to put a Band-Aid on his screw up, and it's
Yeah.
I don't yeah, that's just a bunch of, to me it's a bunch of crap. But yeah, I did hear about it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy, right? Even though we all knew it from the beginning anyway.
Damage control, I guess you call it.
Yeah. I get you.
So I don't trust a word he says about any of that stuff.
No, I don't trust it. You know what? I've stopped trusting a lot of what people tell me. I got to really see something and hear something with my own eyes and ears in order to believe it nowadays, because there's just so much bullshit running around. There really is. You don't know what to believe anymore. You really don't. I don't see that pinned up there anywhere, buddy.
It's there.
Okay. I didn't see any comments anyway, so I do have my laptop.
Right here. See, there we go. I'm
there
just
you go. Okay.
All right, you know what it says. You know what it says when you go into social on the private social. The second part of the terms and conditions is, if you don't love our country, if you don't love New York, you will get booted.
Perfect.
So if anybody goes in there, I'm biased. You go in there and start causing crap, and if somebody says it and I look at it, whatever, they're gone. No exceptions. Without warning.
There's your warning. There's your warning right there.
It says, in order to sign up, you have to click the accept the terms and conditions. You have to click the button in order to sign up. So if they don't read it, not my fault. It says it. It's the second part, number 2 of the terms and conditions. You don't love the country, whatever, and then whatever. If they start coming in and start throwing hay stuff, guess what? Gone by. IP address is banned. Can't get back in. Goodbye. That's how it is. Because I want it totally private. I want it totally, like I said, free speech, totally private. And like the old version of Facebook. It's like if you go in there, you're gonna look at it and go, this is like the old Facebook. This is great.
You mentioned that in that text. I remember reading the text, but I never went to that site and checked it out. But I will right after this.
And then I'm gonna, within the private social, I'm gonna put in that peer-to-peer chat. That's gonna be in there when you click on, hey, what's on your mind today? You get that little thing on there.
Right.
When you click on the video, it's gonna bring you to the peer-to-peer chat thing. And that's when you're gonna be able to invite people. But you can only do it in there. It's only because, like I said, I want everything to be completely private.
Yeah.
But you can invite people outside. You can send it to the email to anybody. You don't have to be.
No kidding.
You don't have to. Yeah, you don't have to be.
It's pretty wild.
You can invite anybody you want
from any platform.
Any platform, wherever you want to go, and it's gonna be quite interesting. But I'll tell you what,
cool.
That's why I'm so tired, because my eyes are constantly looking at all these scripts and everything. It's like PHP scripts and JavaScript and all that stuff. It's like I look at it for an hour and I'm like, oh,
right. I get you. Oh, I get you. Believe me, I get you. I used to be like that too, but now with this new job I took, so I'm not working for myself anymore. I actually took a manager's position, a supervisor's position, and so now I got to punch in, right? And I got to punch out, and it's been a good many years since I've been able to that I had to do that. So now I'm not on anything throughout the day, Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30. I will not be on any platforms. I don't want to get in trouble and lose this job over Facebook or whatever. It's really a good job. Finally something's good in my life that came to me, and I kind of want to keep it. So 8 to 4:30, guys, you will not see me on Facebook.
Maybe during lunch.
During lunch, yeah. Or if I'm on Facebook during the day, it's always going to be something to do with my new job. Like I'm looking for contractors. I'm looking for this. I'm looking for that. But you'll never catch me on Facebook now between 8 and 4:30 p.m. Monday through Friday. So if you need me, I'll be on it 4:35. Right afterwards. Yeah.
All right. Are we all set tonight then? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all set, buddy. It feels good to be back. I'll start working on some more things to talk about for next week.
Yeah, and well, actually, next week we have Chris said he was going to come on.
Chris on. Okay, good. All right, perfect.
Truth Rising TV. He has an interesting perspective on things that are happening and stuff like that.
Oh, cool.
And like we talked about when we were on there, it's like, listen, I don't jump on. I told him we don't jump on things. I don't jump on things. But people could look at things and then research it themselves and make their own opinions. We talked about that at the beginning, not to sit there and listen to what we say, but if you're interested in what's going on, research it yourself and form your own opinions about it.
Right. Everybody has to research themselves because it's just, let's say, a security blanket. Like, as if I tell you something's on fire and you believe me or you don't believe me and you go look for yourself and it's really on fire. I mean, it's good to research yourself. You got to see things with your own eyes and hear it with your own ears and pay attention because there's a lot of stuff going on that's not being talked about. A lot.
Brenda Fasella says, welcome back.
Hey, thanks, Brenda. Appreciate it. Yeah, Charles let me come back this week. He threw me out a couple months ago, and now he's letting me come back. I was a bad boy.
What are you trying to tell me? I put you in timeout?
Yeah, you put me in the corner. You threw me in the basement, Charles.
Timeout, John.
No, I had some
Timeout.
issues. I had a bunch of issues I had to take care of, but we're all set now, and we're back 110%, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully we can move forward with a lot of things.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. Yep.
And share this video out there because, like I said, that it's not shared out there. They're going to suppress it. So share it out there. More people, they just throw a share out there. That helps us. That helps us. We don't make money off of this. Even
we
the whole website.
We made $0 off any of this. As a matter of fact, Charles spends money to do this. So we're not. This is a us thing. This is a New York thing. This has nothing to do with me and Charles. We just talk about the stuff that needs to be talked about for everybody, not just us. I mean, we're nobodies, but we're trying to just bring everybody together. We got to all come together somehow. I don't know how. We got to come together.
And the first step will be to at least sign up for Save New York.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. As soon as we get
like I said, you don't have to do anything. They're just sign up. This way you're there and you'll know if shit happens. If we get taken down, down, that's where we'll be. That's all.
Right.
All right. I think we're pretty much done. And share it out. Share it out to everybody. And have people join the private group and the private group and the page. The Save New York page. Yeah. Have people tell people to come
join,
check it out.
like, share, do what you got to do to stay with us and stay involved somehow.
Exactly.
We're all going to need each other. I mean, obviously, we're all going to need each other in the end. There's no hiding from it.
Yes. Okay, everybody.
All right.
Pretty much done. And we'll see everybody next week with Chris Copeland from Truth Rising TV.
Yes, sir.
Let's everybody remember 6:30 next Wednesday. All right.
Next Wednesday. Yes, everybody have a good night. Be safe and, watch your back. Good night.
Good night.